What's up guys, it's Light Spiral here with a Farmable Giants B10 team. Now, I know that you could technically say that Viramos is not farmable because you need the Wind Lizard Man and Fire Bear Man, which to my knowledge are not farmable unless they recently added a secret dungeon for them, which might have happened, I actually really don't know. But Viramos is a fusion monster, so most people do consider him farmable, and I'm going to consider him farmable for this video. Now, I'll get the run started, but on the left side of the screen, somewhere around here, I can't actually see it right now, there'll be the rune builds for all the monsters. Now, a lot of them will be saying Swift Energy or Despair Energy, but know that for every single one that says Energy, it could be Focus, and Focus would probably be better. But since this is a Giants B10 farmable team video, I'm going to assume most of you guys cannot farm Giants B10 if you're watching this. And so I decided to only use runes that you could find in Giants because Focus are found in Dragons. Now, first of all, what I'd want to say about this team is that this team will work when all 5 of the monsters are at 5 stars, and I know that because this was my first Giants B10 team and it worked and they were all 5 stars. Of course now I have 3 6 stars, but it worked when they were all 5 stars. But you're going to need good runes. You're going to need all 5-star runes and as many 6-star runes as you can get your hands on that are good. And so to get all those runes, you're going to have to be doing Giants B8 for a long time. Most likely, I did Giants B8 for maybe a month and a half before I went into Giants B10. Maybe even 2 months, I actually don't know. But so, this team is a very slow team. It's like 5 minutes. And if you want to increase the time, you could tap on the middle golem. But I'm just going to let it go just to prove that it can win any way possible. Now, I'll go over how you get all these monsters just very quickly. Viramos, Fusion Nat 5, it's the Dark Ifrit, so you can look up how to get that in the Fusion Hexagram, I think it's called. Belladillion is the Light Inugami, you can get it through a secret dungeon on Light Day. Amon's the Light Bear Man, you can get him through a secret dungeon on Light Day. Bernard is the Wind Griffin. You can get him on any level into More Desert, and Shannon is the Wind Pixie. I'm pretty sure she has a secret dungeon, but you can definitely get a Shannon out of an unknown scroll if you've been playing long enough to want to beat Giants B10. Trust me on that one. In terms of skill ups, for Viramos, all 4 Ifrits are farmable, but it's not really that practical to farm skill ups for Viramos. So I'd recommend if you want to skill up Viramos, which I actually have max skilled, use Devilmons. For Belladillion, the Light Inugami, you can farm the Light Inugami secret dungeon, the Dark Inugami secret dungeon, the Water Inugami drops in Garen Forest, the Wind Inugami drops in Tulane Forest, and the Fire Inugami drops in, what's it called? Famine Volcano. For the Bearman, all 5 Bearmans have secret dungeons available on whatever day you're getting that attribute of. Bernard, the Wind Griffin, you can get the Wind Griffin from More Desert, which is what I'd recommend doing, but also the Fire and the Water Griffins have secret dungeons, and Shannon the Wind Pixie, to get skill ups, you're going to most likely get them through unknown scrolls. You just need to feed it pixies. Now for the boss, you're just going to go straight boss on this strategy. I don't really know too many teams where you wouldn't go straight boss. And to tell you what you're going to need for this team to work at 5 stars, because like I said, mine has 6 stars, but the 6 stars don't really make that big of a difference in this team, because the only 6 star that would make a huge difference in this team would be Amon, because he would make the heals bigger, and Shannon's so squishy, 6 starring would be helpful, but I don't really want a 6 star Shannon right now. But for this team to work, you're going to need every single monster to have good speed, good HP, and good defense. And then on Bernard and Bella especially, you need good accuracy. So Viramos, you don't really need it that much. Shannon's not that necessary, and Amon's not that necessary. I'll show you guys my runes at the end of the video. And the reason why you're going to need high accuracy for this to work at 5 stars, which would ideally be the best if it could work at 5 stars, because you'll not have to waste any 6 stars trying to make a dungeon team, or at least a Giants dungeon team. You're probably going to want 6 stars for Dragons. So it's a 4-minute run. I said 5 earlier, but I guess I was wrong on that. It'll be it'll be closer to 5 minutes when you have 5-starred Viramos and Bernard, because they do a decent amount of damage on the first stages. But the reason that this works is because basically the giant has no heals, which I'm sure most of you guys know, and so what you need to beat it would be to nuke it before it nukes you, which is going to be really hard for your first Giants team, and I'm still working on it. As you can see, I only have a 141 team, so that's not really nuking it before it nukes me. That's just kind of doing it a little fast. But so since that's out of the table, the only way to beat this is to be able to survive longer than the giant can survive. Now Viramos will do dots, so basically to kill the giant, you're going to need Viramos to land basically 10 dots, because it's 2-turn dots. Maybe a little less than 10, maybe only 9 or something, because you'll get a little bit of damage from actual just base damage. But it's very important that Shannon gets the defense buff off, which is why you want high speed on Shannon through substats. I'd recommend running HP on Shannon, but you want high speed on substats so you can get a lot of defense buffs. You need Bernard to have good accuracy, so his second skill will land attack break very often, and you need high accuracy on Belladillon so the Seize works and it strips the attack buff from the boss often. And then you need Vero on high speed, because if the boss attacks you when you have a death break, it's going to do a lot of damage. So for example, the way that this team would not work at all would be if Shannon has not used a defense buff, there's no sword break, there is an attack buff, and there is a defense break on you, the giant will probably one-shot you. This team that I'm using right here with the 6 stars, I think if all that stuff I just said happened, I think it would get one-shotted by the boss. I'm actually not sure on that. I guess I could try it one day. But that's what you need to beat this. You just need to out-sustain it. So as much HP as you can get, as much defense as you can get, as much speed as you can get. So what I'd recommend for this to work, like I keep saying, like get it to work at 5 stars, because that's just the most efficient way to do it. You're going to want to put your best runes in your whole account on these 5 monsters. So the way that would happen is like literally every single free rune removal day, remove all your runes from all your monsters and just replace your runes and put the best ones on these. And so, okay, I don't want that, but I'll just show you the runes really quick just to show you what I'm working with. And I don't expect you guys to be working with the same runes, because I've been able to do Giants B10 for about, I don't know, like maybe 6 months now, and I don't expect you to be able to get the same runes from Giants B8. But these are my Bernard stats right there. I like my Bernard runes are pretty good. And then Swift Energy with speed, HP, and accuracy. Now one thing you're going to hear a lot of people saying in other videos is that your Bernard, you just want him as fast as possible. Now as you can see, my Bernard is not that fast. He's actually not even the fastest monster in my box. It's this one, the Spectra. But I think if you're going to be using Bernard for dungeons, specifically Giants B10, I don't think just having him fast is going to be good enough. He needs to be fast, tanky, and have good accuracy. So I tend to put my better runes that I have on him, like my first monster I rerun is on him. Then Viramos, I have these stats on him. So Swift, Focus with speed, HP, and accuracy. Belladillon, these are the stats, pause it if you ever want to, with speed, HP, and accuracy. And the other 2 I used were Almon. Here's the stats. My Almon runes are not good at all, but that's what I have. 3 times Blade with HP, crit rate, HP. So this is a 4-star rune. This is the only 4-star rune that I have on any of the 5 monsters. But I don't really use him anymore, so I don't really want to rerun him. And then I have Despair Energy with HP, and defense. I have defense there because I don't have an HP rune to put there, and those are the stats for Shannon. So try out this team and tell me if it worked for you or not. I'd assume it'll work for you. And if you really want to make one 6-star, my recommendation for the first 6-star on this team would be Viramos, just because you'll use Viramos at all times. And if you 6-star Viramos, he'll be able to survive maybe one hit without the defense or with the defense break on him instead of 0 hits. And so that's really all I have for today's video, guys. Be sure to tell me in the comments if there's any other dungeons that you're having trouble with, and I'll try my best to make a video on it. Note that I don't have Necropolis B8 through B10 team, so I can't help you out with those 3 dungeons, but I'm pretty sure I could help you out with every other dungeon in the game. But that's all I have for today, guys, so may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows.